Miata. You know, I think I've owned 5 in the past. I'm down to 2. In my household, we got a little agreement, my wife and I, is I don't count her animals, and she doesn't count my cars. I got 7 dogs right now, so I think I'm losing that fight. But, and if you think about Miata, if I had a buck for every headline that you guys wrote about the next Miata killer, I think I'd be a rich man today. Let's think about it. See, Toyota MR2 and Spider, Honda Del Sol, S2000. What do we got? Solstice and Sky, and my all-time favorite, the true Miata killer. Who remembers the plastic Mercury Capri? Embarrassing. So, again, I'd be a rich guy today if I had a buck for every time you guys wrote that story. So, but let's talk about today with MX-5 Miata. I'm pleased to introduce, here it is, the 2015 MX-5 Miata 25th Anniversary Edition. Gentlemen. This car is really special. It's even Nacho approved. For those that know Nacho, he was able to join us at our photo shoot. But Nacho's approved that allowed that we've only have 100 of these made for the U.S. It's going to be very limited production. We're going to, on May 17th, customers are going to be able to reserve these cars online at MazdaUSA.com and select the dealer at which they're going to take delivery of the cars. They're also going to be able to complete some paperwork on time to allow this to be a good and smooth ownership experience. The car is really special. Not only is it limited to 100 units, it's got special 25th anniversary logos, obviously the Soul Red paint and the almond interior, embroidered headrests, special graphite wheels, 17-inch graphite wheels, and a numbered name badge on the fender. So you can see that here later today.
Hey everyone, it's Emmy Hall at TFL Car. We're here at the New York International Auto Show.
Is that where we are?
Can you believe it? And you know who this is? This is Bob Hall. And if you don't know who that is, then you're not a fan of the Miata, because he is the founder, the thinker-upperer, the most awesome Miata guy ever. This was basically your idea. This first gen right here was all you.
Well, it was just an idea. The people that actually made it into a car, they're the ones that you should be raving about. I just had this idea, and it was kind of a chalkboard sketch, and I realized that I didn't know how to draw, so I better hire a designer. So, you know, it was a team, but yeah, I just did concept, and it was fun. It was like almost as good as a real job.
Now, did you ever think that it would become into this crazy popular sports car that has lasted 25 years?
I was pretty certain it was going to be popular,
yeah.
And I was absolutely dead certain it would go a second generation. Mm-hmm. That I had no worry about. Beyond that, I didn't even give it a thought. I just thought, I got to make it as good as it can be. And I think one of the things that the Miata has going for it is the concept of the car is extremely simple.
Right.
Okay. You know, it's not about being the fastest. Okay. It's not about seconds to 60. It's not about miles. It's about smiles per gallon.
Exactly.
Not miles per gallon. So, you know, in that context, if you keep a car simple and you connect all these dots, it should do well.
And even the third generation Miata does not have a lot of tech in the car. I mean, there's no navigation. I think it has the mandated traction control, but I mean, it's basically a stick shift and a steering wheel and still hydraulic power steering, which is, I mean, the Miata steering is the best. It's the best out there.
There is some good electric steering, but this is
so
awfully good. Awfully good.
So
and we're looking at an old
better.
one. We should be looking at a new one, but that's okay.
Well, no, because the first generations are definitely, I mean, they're iconic. Everybody knows them. So many people track them. Even the 1.6s. People really love the 1.6 liters.
I like the
as
1.6 most.
Do you?
Yeah. I mean, you know, I'll admit, I never met a horsepower I didn't like, okay? But if you can't go fast with 90 horsepower, 900 horsepower ain't going to help you. Okay, so.
Well, what I really love about it, because like you said, it's not a 0 to 60 car. It's not a drag race car. This is the car that you want to take into the corners and just tack it up, redline it as much as possible, and have the most fun possible. And that's what I do in mine as much as I can every single day.
Well, you should do it more. Get away from these motor shows and go out and drive.
I'm I'm trying to. So what do you see like when some of the other competition started happening? Because the Miata got to be so very popular, and then Honda came out with the S2000. At the time, they didn't have a rear-wheel drive two-seater sports car. Like, were you kind of shaking in your boots thinking that it was going to surpass the Miata?
No, to be honest, when we were working on the car, when it finally got actual approval, which was 1987, we got the actual go to really build the car. It had been in this weird process before because it kind of had a very long, unnatural genesis. But when that happened, I was absolutely on pins and needles that somebody was going to launch a Miata before we did.
Right.
Okay, I said, and I was thinking Nissan, because no, Nissan had.
Yeah.
See, one of the things about the Miata that we looked at is, it was going to be a car that was going to be training wheels for an RX-7. Mm-hmm. Okay, you'd go from the Miata to the RX-7, and there would be this migration. I thought, okay, Nissan needs something to get people into the Z because they moved the Z farther and farther up. So I was certain this car is such a no-brainer.
Right.
Nissan's going to do one, and it's like we waited and it was the sound of a newspaper blowing down an empty street or some crickets. And it didn't come out, and it came out, and then we're like, huh? Okay, and then when the BMW Z3 came out, we just went, huh?
Yeah.
So, I was such a no-brainer. We were surprised nobody did one, and when the one they did come out, I was like, well, BMW, Mercedes, Pontiac, General Motors even thought it was worth. Oh, so that felt real good. That felt really good.
And so, what was your favorite feature when you designed this car? What was your absolute favorite feature on the first generation?
Probably the thing, and at one point in time, I had a big fight with Tomatano and the design guys. Design guys wanted to have, it's on that yellow car, they wanted to have a rigid cover over the top.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and what you'd have to do is open the rigid cover, put the top up, and put it down. I wanted to have it so if, let's say, this fabric cover you pulled off, and it comes off, and you had the top down without it, with one hand you could put the top up in about 10 seconds.
Right.
And that's what I wanted. While you're sitting in the car with the belt on, you can put the top up. It sounds dopey, but that allowed you.
It's true. I've been caught in the rain so many times, and it's just like, okay.
It's an incentive to drive with the top down.
Yeah.
Because you can put it back up.
Right. If it's over 50 degrees, my top is
because
down.
Look. Closed cars are a crime against nature.
Thank you.
I've always said
love
that.
this
I've always
guy.
said that. And so that's why this was like, and I mean, if you had to pick one feature above and beyond just driving it,
well, of course.
That would be it for me.
Okay.
See how easily amused I am?
No, I love it. Simpler times. It harkens back to a much simpler time.
Yes, indeed. When Aunt Gazelda fell in the well and was eaten by the cow that was down there.
So which is your favorite Miata now? We've got first, second, third generation. Which one is your favorite?
For entirely selfish, vain reasons, I like the NA, the first generation, the most. But having said that, the current car is just like right behind. And if I could get a current third generation car in Mariner Blue, that'd do it for me.
Mazda can't make that happen for you?
I'm just another guy. They have to do what's right for the company. And I could get a broom. I could get a broom and paint it with poster paint.
we could aftermarket that, and not a problem.
Yeah, but actually now I'll wait for the ND.
Okay. Yeah, I'm very excited.
It's going to be better yet. It's going to be better yet.
Very, very excited. Y'all, this is the 14th.
Number 14.
Thank you. Y'all, this is the 14th Miata that has ever been produced. It's got 8,303 miles on the odometer, and Bob Hall's going to take me for a spin. Oh, yeah.
And probably honk the horn by accident. If you look at these horn buttons, they're raised.
In mine, they were lowered.
Yeah, they were lowered in the production cars. We probably built 20 cars with these. We realized the mistake when we were moving one, and somebody hit it. When horn kept going.
So this is awesome. It's such an honor to speak with you. I've been a Miata fan since practically I could drive.
Thank you. Buy another one, please.
I would. I will. I will buy a new one. I'll buy an ND.
Thank you so much.
It'll be great. As always, this is Emmy Hall for TFL Car. We're here at the New York International Auto Show.
It's in North America.
Thank God I got something right.
Yes, right.
And I'm with Bob Hall, the founder of the Miata. Thanks so much for watching, y'all. See you later.
Bye.